for our first training video, instead of actually training a skill, we should probably start with training you how to teach your dog or mark or communicate with your dog that they've actually performed the skill. So a lot of people will use a verbal marker like yes or good or okay, and that works, and we do eventually use those verbals. But when we're first training, we actually use a clicker. So we use a clicker because a click registers in the oldest part of the animal brain, which is the reptilian part of the brain. So if you've ever been in a meeting and someone's clicking a pen, you want to stab them with that pen eventually because it registers in your brain. You cannot not hear a click. So when predators hear clicks, we get curious. When prey animals hear clicks, they either do passive flight, which is a fancy way of saying they freeze, or they take off. So we're going to use our click because it registers right in the back of the brain immediately. And then also we're talking to our dogs so much, it really becomes a little difficult for them to distinguish yes from yesterday and yellow. So the clearer I can make my training, the more concise I can be with my marker, the more successful my dog can be. But just because they hear a click, Kitty, our demo dog for the day, it's not like she magically is hardwired to know, oh, click means food is coming. So that's why we have to load the clicker. So loading the clicker, every animal loves loading the clicker. It's a lot of fun for them because literally all you do is click, count to, and treat. You don't ask for any behavior. You just click and treat. So after 7 to 10 reps of just clicking, counting to 2, and treating, we want to see if the clicker's loaded, meaning we want to see, does the dog understand that when the click happens, food happens. Now, to make sure that the clicker is actually loaded, meaning to make sure that Kitty understands the click means that food is coming, we actually need her to not look at me when I click to check it. So we're going to create a sound. And see how she comes right back to me? It means she heard the click and she immediately came to me for food. There she goes, good girl. So again, this is not going to become a recall for me. I'm just marking the behavior. So besides the fact that the click registers in the animal brain, why do I use a click instead of a verbal? It has to do with how quickly I need to reinforce. So when I use a verbal like yes, I have to reinforce within 2 seconds with the food. So when I say yes, I have to feed immediately. But if I want to have my dogs do a skill where I'm away here and I go down, now she can come to me and she knows she's getting the treat for when I clicked, not for coming to my hand. It also buys me a little more time. So if I were to tell her down and yes, this is way too long. So she thinks she got a treat for getting up and coming to my hand. So that's why I like this click. It's really clean, it's really crisp, it's really clear. So the game becomes, what does she have to do to make this little box make a noise? So if I say sit, she knows right there, that's what I do. So you saw how we loaded the clicker with Kitty, but Kitty is a pretty solid dog with the clicker. She knows what it means. We wanted to take this opportunity to pull out one of our other dogs. This is Ichabod. Ichabod is a rescue. He is here for our boot camp program. We're going to get a little of this weight off of him. But he's not really used to clickers, so we want to show you kind of how you're going to load the clicker with a dog that really doesn't understand what a clicker means. So all I'm going to do, and since he doesn't know right away, I actually have to reach that food into his mouth because he just doesn't quite understand what it means. He does like beef lungs apparently. Now if he jumps up, I'm going to just lower my hand so that he doesn't learn to jump for food. Yep. I guess his diet is working for him.
demanding. Can't look at him because he'll bark at you.
So you're going to see I'm going to take opportunity. Anytime he looks away, I'm going to click and treat. If he jumps in my hand for food, I'm going to lower my hand to the ground. So I'm not rewarding him for jumping. He's almost giving himself whiplash when he hears this click. That's blue light. That's the sign of the loaded clicker. So he jumps. I'm just going him out. There we go.
Boy's got opinions. Let me punch you.
So I'm just waiting for him to look away. Oh, there he is. Good job. And notice he can walk away. That's a perfect opportunity for me to click and see if he understands what the click means.
Ichabod.
There we go. Nicely done.
You're such a spaz.
So this is what it's going to look like with a puppy that doesn't quite use the marker training, the clicker training as much as others. And you can see him, he's looking away to see if I'm going to click. That's why he missed it, dude. I don't know how you missed it. That's why he's looking away and looking back at me so fast. He's like, did you click? It's okay for him to be a little frustrated right now, to experience some frustration, that the click isn't happening. That's okay. A little bit of frustration in the learning process is not necessarily a bad thing. And now you see you're starting to get see the same behaviors that Kitty was offering me, where she was staying close, she was watching me. She's understanding that she has to offer behavior to make the little click happen. I took the opportunity to let him have the food that was already on the floor instead of handing him food. There we go. And he'll offer some of the behaviors that he does know to see if that gets him a click. So that's okay, he's problem solving. So we're gonna get one more good engagement with the clicker. So I'm gonna wait for him to look away, maybe walk away. I'm gonna break eye contact with him. And there we go. Good job, Ichabod. Nicely done, buddy. So you can use a clicker to train all kinds of species, not just dogs. Nice. Good job. Thank you for joining us and watching our video on loading the clicker. We hope you had a good time, that you always have fun with your dogs. And if you'd like to see more of our videos,
like, follow, and subscribe.
When we hit a click, we're actually taking a picture. It's like hitting a shutter button. If you laugh, I lose it. Mark the moment in time. If you laugh, I'm done. You can use a clicker to train any species. Except cats. You can't forget.
That's true. It was just a delayed reaction.